It is the best birthday gift ever for a 16-year-old in Millstadt. The gift is from his father.
And a very special dad. He was a Marine, killed in action nearly 12 years ago. Fox's Andy Banker was there when Tristan Walsh got his first car.
My first car, Dodge Shadow.
Mercury Cougar. It was a Ford Tempo.
There's just something about your first car, and there's never been a first car like this 91 Ford Bronco. A surprise present for Tristan Walsh of Millstadt on his 16th birthday, and even when his mom dragged him to the Mertz Motors car dealership, even with a color guard and a crowd of family and friends there and an emotional speech from his mom.
Their dad's not here with them anymore.
Tristan had no clue what was about to happen. It was a gift from his dad.
You like it? Yeah. No Lamborghini.
No Lamborghini could ever come close. Tristan's dad, Marine Sergeant Nick Walsh, was killed by a sniper in Fallujah, Iraq in 2007. He was 26. Tristan was 4. Brother Tanner, just a baby. Sergeant Walsh loved his Eddie Bauer Bronco so much, he planned to give it to his son this very day.
I've known this truck for so long.
His mom held on to it all these years, but it seemed a lost cause. But in early December, the team at Mertz caught wind of it. Businesses around town donated for an estimated $10,000 to $12,000 restoration job, free of charge.
And it's unbelievable all the stuff they did.
But Mom's cover story to her sons backfired. She told them she sold the Bronco and would use the cash to get Tristan a different car.
If looks could kill, I mean, it was like just hatred in his eyes, and a tear ran down his cheek.
I was so mad at her. I just wanted to. I didn't talk to her for about 2 weeks.
The instant that motor roared, all was forgiven. Tristan rolled out of the showroom. His smile conquered his tears. It felt like Dad was here, especially with his dad's Marine buddies coming in from Utah, Nebraska, and Maryland for this very moment.
And it's just to show the boys that no matter where they go, no matter what they do, they're surrounded by somebody's going to look out for them.
I just feel him around us so much in the last few weeks. Like, I know he's sending all of us signs that he is still here and looking out for us, and it's a really comforting feeling to have. It really is.
For him to be able to have his dad's vehicle was just a full circle.
Every time I'm going to drive this, I feel like he's right here with me right now. It's like he's sitting over there.
Just like Dad planned for his son's first car. In Millstadt, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News.
What a great story. I need the tissues after that one.
Yeah,
What a special car.
They put all of his Marine buddies
Yeah.
came and hugged the son, and every time he gets in that car, he's going to think about his hero dad.
I could
That
see
is
him
something.
right down through Farmington on the main street.
Why do they put these stories before weather? I don't know. You guys have a chance to
know.
cry now. I've got to act like,
Exactly.
super scientist guy here and tell you about the cold that's coming our way.
New at 6, a little St. Charles girl is now the star of a viral video because it's her response to a marriage proposal.
All right, she put the little boy in a headlock at preschool. Fox 2's Andy Banker, we're all laughing. You got to see this. Here's the exclusive interview with 3-year-old Kinley McFettridge. Is that how you say her
that's
name
it.
there? About the lessons learned.
Yeah, this is kind of my Access Hollywood interview. Yeah, Kinley paid us a visit at Fox 2 today. Her first words to me were, "I'm going to be a superstar." Thanks to a video from her mom about that headlock, she already is.
What happened at school?
I took a headlock down and Jack and took it down.
You took him down? Why? What did he say?
Because kids don't get married, so that's why I put a headlock down him in.
When the star of this viral video arrived, she had me take her hand. She walked me back to the studio for a wide-ranging interview about that incident.
Sometimes you just gotta take him down.
About other fun at preschool.
We play with slime. Do circle time.
And along with playing with slime and circle time, her future.
I'm gonna be a princess.
And finally, she opened up about the headlock that's made her famous.
Did he say he wanted to marry you?
Yeah, but kids don't get married, so that's why I put a headlock down on him. I put a headlock down on him because I wanted to marry Chelsea.
Chelsea is her aunt. Kinley's wrestling moves go back to an open heart surgery she had when she was 5 months old to correct heart defects known as the tetralogy of Fallot. Physically, she fell behind kids her age. Once she was well enough, wrestling with Daddy became a favorite way to engage. It still is, but during our interview, Kinley also reflected on lessons learned.
That was my whole kind of theory behind, wrestling with and roughhousing with her, because she was behind the other kids. So I was trying to make her stronger so that she would catch up. And then in doing so, she got a little rough, I guess.
And that's why I took him down.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
That's the greatest thing ever.
No, let's not put headlocks on boys, okay?
Was that good or bad thing to do?
It's a bad thing.
And in the end, we learned art may play a prominent role in her future, and don't rule out a career in TV journalism.
This is Kinley, Fox 2 News.
Yeah! Awesome.
She's the best.
Oh, she nailed it. The best thing is that Kinley is now healthy, no restrictions, though her dad said she's going to need a follow-up heart procedure. That'll be several years from now. And guys, she and a little boy are still pals.
That's good.
Of course.
That's
She
good.
still might marry him if she's.
You never know she wants to marry her aunt right now. We all know aunts are fun, that's for sure. How sweet is that? Because she
Yeah.
knows now that it was bad, but she
Right?
says it was the greatest
Greatest
thing
thing ever.
So sweet.
Oh, she's
Right and wrong
adorable.
lesson, and we got the
Right, she's
video
only
on the Fox 2
3.
Now Facebook page. You can watch old.
All right.
I want to see it again.
Only on Fox, a remarkable bond between co-workers has just gotten even more remarkable.
And Amron lineman donates a kidney to his longtime work partner. There's a lot more to the story, though. Andy Banker is here with a special report, all new at 10. Andy, this is a great story.
A lot more, Sandy Shirley. One of these men now calls the other his brother's keeper. They are from Ironton, Missouri, about 90 miles south of here. They now share a job, a kidney, and a big place in a special woman's heart that 12 years ago was broken into pieces. Amazing things go on around us that too often remain hidden from view.
Just loading the pole.
We see Ameren linemen Jeff Gottman and John Savage calmly loading a utility pole onto a work truck when actually one of these men is about to save the other's life, and they are far from calm.
Oh yeah, anxious, nervous.
With Jeff's kidney function down to 12%, John, a donor match, is giving Jeff one of his. That has John's sister Krista beaming.
I'm not surprised, but I'm very proud.
He's a hero.
You see, John's sister is also Jeff's wife of 7 years. John introduced Jeff and Krista about 3 years after Krista lost her first husband in a tragic work accident in 2007.
Probably about 17
years.
years. About 17 years I've known him. Been kin to him for the last 8. It's amazing that he's willing to do this.
He was my friend long before he was my brother-in-law. And just so happens that when it came time, it was an easy decision. I was just lucky enough to be a match for him.
It's a brother's keeper.
With family at their side, they rolled into Barnes Jewish Hospital the very next morning. They underwent 3- and 4-hour surgeries in next-door ORs.
We operate at the same time, so the minute the donor kidney comes out, we hand it off to the recipient surgeon, who then walks it to the other room and puts it right in. So this way they go in within 20 to 25 minutes, so the kidneys work very quickly.
Both men were up and walking the next day. John, the donor, went home. Jeff did the day after that.
You're doing great. Crannon's falling down every day.
Appreciate everything.
That's good, yeah.
Appreciate everything you did.
All right. Amron wants to make sure you get back to work.
Oh yeah.
They're at least a couple of months from returning to work, but recovering well. Jeff and Krista, now grandparents to a little guy named Gus, have great days ahead. She wants her story known in part because she says she was bluntly asked about organ donation minutes after her first husband's death. They had never discussed it, so he was not a donor. 12 years later, her brother's a hero.
Would have been a completely different answer 12 years ago had I known then what I know now. I'm extremely proud of my brother. He's saving our life together.
He's top notch.
Yeah, I'd say so. And they hope their story leads to more organ donations. Dr. Wellen says Barnes Jewish will perform about 300 kidney transplants this year, about 85 of them from living donors. And that's up about 30%. Big deal, guys.
Andy, you're absolutely right. That's a remarkable story.
Thanks for sharing, Andy. Great stuff.